Hey everyone, thank you again for joining us on another episode of the Liverpool Connection podcast. We're back here in Austin, Texas after back and forth through the state of Texas. And look at who's here with me. Special guest, Bruce Grobbelaar. How are you, mate?
Fine after that journey. Everything's bigger in Texas, isn't it?
That's what they say.
Took us 3 hours to get here. But what? We're here.
We're here. Yeah, we started the day early this morning with our good friends up in Dallas, Texas. The supporters group up there. We watched the match with them, and what a great crowd. They have a great club up there. And you had a little brekkie with them, a meet and greet, and we got to watch the FA Cup matchup with Arsenal, and what a treat that was today. 2-0 victory. It didn't start like that, though, did it?
No, it didn't. We were there, and as I said to the crowd up there in Dallas, I said it's going to be hard for us because we're playing up against a great, great side. And Arteta has been very, very good with that side. But what we know, if we do not concede in the 15, 20 minutes, we can actually stifle them a little bit, which we did. And as I said at halftime up there, we had two midfielders that weren't really pulling their weight, and that was the holding midfield in McAllister and Curtis Jones. But where they were nullifying each other, so they needed a new balance. They brought in the youngsters, changed the midfield around, and we came away with a well-deserved win.
You're right. We're playing against a quality side, and just the luck of the draw, right? Getting Arsenal at this point of the FA Cup rounds. The big question going in the game is how are we going to survive without Salah and Endo, who has been playing magnificently the last 7-8 games. Like you said, McAllister coming in, really hard game to get your first start after being injured for so long. And we tried to give them goals at the very beginning, didn't we?
Well, I wouldn't say we tried, but we were out of sorts at the back because we're playing without Van Dijk. And what I've heard, what the manager said, he took one look at Van Dijk. He said, "No, you look like you must go home." So for him to say that, yeah, he must have been very, very ill. But in saying that, we had two very, very good youngsters. Kanati, 22 years of age, 23 years of age, and then we had Kwanzaa at 20. Now, going on with the future, the Kwanzaa was quality. Kanati was magical today. Trent Gomez, for me, was my man of the match because I think that he was onto a very, very good player in Saka, but he had him in his pocket the whole game. So for me, Gomez was the outstanding player. In the midfield, in the other hand, in the second half, when I said that Klopp is going to have to give them a big rollicking, that's exactly what happened. What happened there, they came out and we were on top in the second half. We took the game to Arsenal. We knew that they had run out of steam in the first half, and that's what happened.
As you mentioned, Van Dijk a late scratch because of illness, and it's difficult for any player, but especially a young player like Kwanzaa to come in there, get the start. You're playing against a quality team, and Gomez again continue what he brought the last time he played against Saka, totally shut him down, and it was just another game that Gomez has once again showed that he can play across all four positions in the back line. He's been so immense for us, and it will take a full squad this season as we challenge on all fronts again. But he was immense today, Gomez.
100%, and I wouldn't uh, put it past anybody of the coaching committee. If we get Robbo back at the left back, Gomez, why don't you play him central midfield as a holding role? There's nothing wrong with that because he'll break up the play, give it to the people that can play, and we could actually have a very, very strong defensive squad.
I think that really ties into what Klopp has been able to do with the changes. Um, I think we can all agree that the experiment with Gapco playing midfield, Elliott playing the wing, didn't really quite work. And when they switched them, it was more balanced. They played in their more natural positions. Diaz went out to the right, and that created more balance for the whole team. But like you said, I think we're seeing with this team is that there's so much flexibility and that there's so many different systems we could play. When when Trent comes in, he played all over the field. If we look at his heat map for this game, you saw him getting the ball inside our own defense, going to the right side, passing up. But he was immense everywhere, and I think it just gives the confidence to Klopp that he can experiment a little bit, and because he does have quality players at every position now.
Oh, 100%. Even the youngsters that came in, you know, I was, you know, kind of biting my nails when they came on,
Mm-hmm.
but they proved their worth. They showed what they can do, and it was a big, big stage, Emirates Stadium, hostile crowd at the Emirates, and they came away with a well-deserved victory. We have we, as I said, there in Dallas, we have got the best goalkeeper in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and it showed it. He he just proved it today again.
Yeah, I mean, when you have Allison, and obviously Arteta, he rotated Ramsdale in today, and the first goal was the own goal, but we were pressuring them by then. We're on the front foot. The second half changes, and then we were able to refresh, bring McAllister off, put Jones at the six for a little bit. It kind of worked, but he doesn't want to play there, obviously. But he played there for valuable minutes until we got the youngsters and Bradley and Clark were able to come in and they really brought a lot of energy to the game.
Yeah, once that happened, then Jones went out on the right hand side. Um, Bradley went right full back, and Trent sat in that middle role. And even Trent, I'd put him there all day long.
Well, I think
Either them or Gomez. If you can put one of them sitting there, I think that we've got a very, very strong squad. But then again, we've got the boys coming back.
I think Trent also wanted to get away from Martinelli. Martinelli kind of skinned him a couple times, didn't he? And then once Bradley came in, and then credit to the young lad, he came in there and shut down Martinelli, and that also freed up Trent to move forward, and so the balance that it gave the team at that time, and we're on the front foot, and what can you say about Luis Diaz? He had dropped his form for a little bit, of course. After his dad got kidnapped and he was going through all the emotional stuff, he looked like he was kind of legged a little bit. But the last two games he's played, he's been all over the place, and hit another guy whose heat map was probably covered probably 90% of the pitch, and good for him to get that second goal that put us through.
No, it was fantastic. Great run, great pass. But who orchestrated that? That was Jota.
Mm-hmm.
Jota told Nunes to put it into his space. He played the ball across the other side, made sure that it wasn't cut out. As Nunes unfortunately passed it behind Diaz, and when we had a chance, and we had to come recycle and come back, Jota was just on point. One touch, finish, second goal. That ended the game.
What a luxury to be able to bring a Jota type player off onto the pitch at that point of the game. He just oozes class. He finds the spaces. He gets the ball and he runs at people and he makes good decisions. And it's I would imagine as a defender that you're tired already and you just see this guy and you don't know where he's going to pop up and he gets the ball and like Klopp alluded to earlier this week, he's such a smart player.
Oh, absolutely. We had a similar player. We had a young man that used to get into the box all the time in John Aldridge.
Mhm.
Now, when I look at Jota, he's just a smaller version of John Aldridge because he gets in front of defenders. He can leap, he can head, and he's an all-round poacher and a striker. Fantastic player.
At the end of that game, it seemed like neither team wanted to draw. They was so wide open. It was back and forth. Like, we don't care if we lose 1-0. We're just going to leave it. No one wanted a replay. You could just tell both teams. So, and it made for really entertaining football at that time.
Yeah, the second half was absolutely one of the best games I've seen in the second half. That's for sure. First half, yeah, we had our, you know, hand in our throat in. We were just, heart in our mouth time.
Yeah.
They hit the bar, where they had some great chances. Our goalkeeper saved us. Our defense saved us, and then Trent hit the bar in the second half. So both, well, in the first half, and they both cancelled each other out. Second half came out, and they just lost a lot of steam. Probably their heads were down because of the amount of chances that they created, and they couldn't get a sniff. So that really drops your head.
Now we're on to the next round. Obviously, we have Fulham midweek in the League Cup semifinals, but the confidence that this has to give the team without Salah, without Endo, without Zoboslai, who's injured as well, to bring in young players at the end, and you still get a result against the a top team in Arsenal. It's got to be great for confidence moving forward.
Well, you can have a look at the other players: Robinson, Tamikas, all out. So yeah, we okay with the youngsters. The youngsters proved today that they can come and step in and do a job. Okay, biting our fingernails in some parts of the game, but that's the game of football. If they step up to the plate at a very big stadium like the Emirates, they've got the future in their hands right there.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be an exciting season. We're still alive on all four fronts, and can't wait to see what happens. But I know it's been a long day. You had time with the Dallas group this morning. You're going to have some time here with the Austin supporters here in a few minutes. So we appreciate you being here, and thank you. And I hope you've been enjoying your time here in Texas this week.
Well, thank you very much indeed for being our chauffeur all the way from Dallas. Now we're going to go and see the new supporters club, because the last supporters club I came to Austin was in an Irish pub that you rotated with other teams. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm excited to see the new space that you've got.
Yeah, well, let's get going. And guys, thank you for joining us. Please put on your notifications, subscribe to our page, like our channel, and until next time, we'll see you. Cheers.
All the best.